Hello everyone, welcome to the C# Programmer Zambia. In this video, we're going to be looking at the do while loop. So I'm also going to be explaining the difference between the while loop and the do while loop. And before we go ahead, I would actually like you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get instant notifications on my content. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive right into it.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So as usual, we always need to have our syntax ready. Let me just show it to you. Oh, okay, so it's right there. Okay, so our do while loop syntax is this one here, and our while loop syntax is the one down here. So I guess you can see what the difference is. Okay, you always need to understand the syntax before you can code anything, any loops, any statements, you know, conditional statements, iteration loops. Okay, so I guess you can see, firstly we start with do, then we have our block, and just after our block we've got the while expression. Okay, looks more like the beginning of the while loop. So I guess you can see that. The do while loop is different from the while loop only in one way. Okay, so the do while loop executes this expression after it runs. Okay, but then the while loop before it runs, this statement is tested whether true or not. All right, so that's the major difference that we have there. In order for us to explain this, I guess we can do it better using some code. Okay, so I'm going to code something here. Firstly, I'm going to use the while loop. Okay, so we're going to have int c equals, let's say 3. Okay, and then we're going to have a while loop. So I'm going to say while c is greater than 5. So we know that c is equal to 3, and in our expression here we're saying c is greater than 5. We actually know it's false, but then we want to see what's going to happen. Okay, so while that we can have something like c out I am a programmer. Okay, so we can have something like that, and then we can say end line. Okay, and we can increase the value of c afterwards. Okay, so I guess you can see what's going to happen. Let's run our code, and there it goes. Okay, so I guess you can see that nothing has been displayed here because this condition is not true. Okay, so because the condition is not true, the while loop will not run. But then for the do while loop, it runs at least once. Whether the condition is not true, it will still run. Okay, but only once if the condition is not true. So let's show this. The do while loop, so we say do, and we have our, oh sorry, not brackets but the braces. Okay, something like that. So inside there we're still going to have our, you know, see out programmer. Okay, so something like that, and we can say end line, and after that we can say, yeah, we're increasing the value of c, and here we can now have our while expression. So, oh sorry, I almost typed expression. So here we're saying c is greater than 5. So the condition in here is the same as the previous one we did, just using the while loop. But now I'm trying to show you how the do while loop works. So let's run our code again, and this time you're going to notice that the condition is false, yes, but the do while loop is going to run once. All right, it's going to execute this statement in here once. So anything that you type inside this block will be executed as long as it's in the correct format. Okay, the thing is, programming is sequential. Okay, So if you look at the do while loop, firstly we've got do, then we've got the block. Okay, so in the sequence that programming does things, it's obviously going to come from the do, then to go to the block, and then it's now going to check on our expression here. Okay, similarly the while loop, let me just explain what I mean when I say programming is sequential. Here if we say C, like we did in the previous example just now, greater than 5 there, and we have our block, and whatever we have in here, let's say we have the same stuff here. Okay, for the while loop, I guess you can see what's happening. The while loop firstly starts with the term while. Okay, then after while we go to the statements directly, and then actually after the while we've got our expression in here. Okay, so it directly goes to the expression first, then it goes to the statements. That's if the expression or condition that you put in here is true. Okay, so that's the difference between the do while loop and the while loop. So basically we can still say they work almost in the same way, and I don't think this should cause you any problems. But if it does, just make sure to drop your questions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.